Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kyger132 up here today. We're going to be taking, once again, another look at what's on my Xbox. Now, as you know, I'm on a quest to try and get every single physical Xbox game. And now a lot of people question, why physical, why not digital? There's more digital games than there are physical, and with the Xbox One a lot of these digital games don't get physical releases, so that's why in order to play them some people say get a PS4. Now we're going to be taking a look at my digital stuff on the Xbox, everything that's on my Xbox. Unfortunately, no capture card footage today. It will be done with the camera, but it gives me a good opportunity to show off my brother's 4K TV, and it just reminds me why I can't wait to get one myself. But before I do that, I've got three things that I picked up yesterday from the local charity shops. I've got World Championship Snooker 2002, £1.50, more than what I'd normally pay for a sport game, but still, nonetheless, didn't have it in the PS2 collection, had to have it. And then we got Tiger Woods PJ Tour 11, again, same thing. Didn't have the game, £1.50. Don't normally pay that much for a sports game, but this is, you know, it's a golf game. Some people enjoy golf games, but the best one of the bunch, again, £1.99. A PSP game. Don't normally buy PSP games. I don't normally buy games for consoles that I don't play. And the ones that I normally do buy are the ones that I haven't played before. And we got Ratchet and Clank, Size Matters. I don't know if this is a good Ratchet and Clank game. There's not that many bad Ratchet and Clank games out there, and this is the first one that I actually own in my collection physical, because every time I seem to get Ratchet and Clank game, I often go home empty-handed because they don't have the disc or something. But yeah, I'm on a quest to get every single physical copy of an Xbox One game, and I'm slowly going through the physical games that I have and playing them. I've decided I'm not going to sit here and spend hours on end on one game. I'm going to play a game for a few hours or a few minutes. It could be a few minutes, could be a few hours, could be a few days. Depends how much I enjoy the game. And I'm just going to swip the camera around and we're going to take a look at what's on the Xbox One. But first, before I get into that, I'll just these are the games that I brought down to try on the Xbox One, some physical games that I brought down to try out while I'm here. I tried this out yesterday, Darksiders War Mastered Edition. Kind of wondered why they even bothered to release this game again. There's no DLC or anything with this game. It's just the standard version of the game, but 60 frames per second and all that. It's just a pretty fun game. Never played the original Darksiders before, so it's a good opportunity to try it out on the Xbox One in the best graphics you can and all this good stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't have paid the full price for it when it come out. Definitely not. And this is the one that I'm going to try out, maybe if not today, maybe tomorrow. Deadlight Director's Cut. It's a 2.5D survival horror zombie game. Kind of a interesting concept. Don't know how much I'll like it though. With these games, I'll play them for a few hours and some days, and then I might come back to them other times. You know, it's just so I can at least say that I've played all the games that I've got. Not completed, but played. It's a good start. And then obviously the other ones that I brought down were Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, Dishonored 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition. And they're just two that I have brought down to play. I've already played Fractured Butthole, completed it, and haven't played that. But yeah, let's just go straight on to the Xbox One. And I have a bunch of digital stuff. So I normally don't buy digital games when they're full price. I normally wait. And, you know, I normally just wait and see and just hope to the God that wait until they go on sale. Or I get my digital game through Games with Gold or Game Pass, EA Access, that sort of thing. But yeah, so we're going to start off. First of all, we have Abzu. Kind of a game that's not really a game. It's more of an experience. Underwater game. It's one of these sort of things like Journey or something. Now, I know there's a physical version on the PS4. I don't know if there's a physical version on the Xbox One. I haven't tried this game out yet. I hear it's not very long. I hear it's not as good as Journey, but these are games that are sort of like walking simulators or swimming simulator in this case. But, you know, games that don't take much skill to complete. You just play them for the experience. And I've got to say, this TV just looks so clear. It's not very good with the camera, but in real life, it's so clear. It's so dark for some reason. My camera's just gone so dark. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, of course, I own it digital and physical. Played some of it, really I'm enjoying it. We'll come back to this one if I'm going to play one Assassin's Creed game and try and finish one. This is the one that I want to finish. It reminds me of a Clockwork Orange, actually. I like the gang warfare. Assault Android Cactus, a really fun sort of shooter, crazy over-the-top twin stick shooter. Reminds me of Gun Bros, actually, on the mobile. Yeah, pretty fun game. The Rare Replay, of course, what they did was Rare Replay, when you got the disc, it installed all of the Xbox 360 ones as its own thing, but I don't know if you still need to open up Rare Replay and the disc in to play these or not. But we have the 3 Banjo-Kazooies games, nuts and bolts, kind of a more of a vehicle building game than the traditional platformer, but there's some platforming elements in there. I played it years ago, have to play it again and see if it's good or not. Banjo-Kazooie classic, I played a little bit of it, but I'm not overly keen on platformers. I just don't do too well with them. And of course, Banjo-Tooie, I have no idea if it's better than Kazooie or not. Then we have the Batman Telltales game. Some of these games I do game share with my friend Ryan, so some of these games on here are games that I've got through game share, and this is one of them. Up here it's not really as fast paced or anything like the Arkham series, but if you want a more story driven, slower paced Batman game, these are for you. And then of course we have series 2, the Evil Within, the Enemy Within, and I think this one's better than the first part. Battlefield 1943, I installed it. I haven't played it yet. It's an old Battlefield game. They just rebooted it and they gave it away with EA Access, so I don't know how many people have come back to it. Battlefield 1, really good game, but for some reason I can never seem to find a game. I can never find one. I don't know if it's just my internet or the servers are shit. Battlefield Hardline, played a little bit of story mode. It's surprisingly good little story mode. Better than Battlefield 1 at least in terms of the single player, but haven't played the multiplayer yet, but this is about a £5 game. The original Bioshock, again, the Xbox One is fantastic because it has Xbox 360 and original Xbox backwards compatibility. The list is always being updated, so keep an eye out online to see what new games have been added, because you never know, you might have a game that's been added. Brothers, I hear this is a really sort of emotional, sort of point and click adventure style game, sort of co-op themed almost. Bully Scholarship Edition. Ironically, I haven't actually played this one yet. I bought it, but I haven't played it yet. I have played it years ago, of course, but I haven't played it since. My Heather's brother's always playing it, unfortunately. Call of Duty World War II. I enjoyed the story mode. The multiplayer's fun enough, but I don't really play much of it anymore. But occasionally I'll give it a go. It's the only Call of Duty game that I'll really give a go now, because obviously it's World War II, and obviously I grew up with the World War II ones. Carmageddon, Max Damage. Not a very good game, but it's not terrible. It's so-so. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's not as bad as the N64 Carmageddon. It's a big step up from that. But it's a surprisingly fun little game if you can get yourself into it, but the controls are a little bit wonky, I find. One of the best Xbox Live arcade games on the Xbox 360, Castle Crashers Remastered. The Remastered Edition, again, comes with all the DLC characters and all that stuff, and updated more clearer graphics. Absolutely fantastic hack and slash beat 'em up style game. Great co-op game, great party little game, and absolutely fantastic. So much unlockable stuff in this game, lots of different characters. Castles, I yet to play this. I think I got it when it was on sale for like £2. I think it's like a puzzle game. Clash of the Monsters, the horror fighting game. I think it's just sort of like a fighting game. It's one of these sort of indie titles. It's not really a indie title like Abzu or something. It's more like maybe 2 or 3 people made it. It's on the ID Xbox program, I think. It was free a few months ago. Not free with Games with Gold, but they just were giving it away for free if you looked for it. Haven't played it yet, but I hear it's so-so. It's an average fighting game with classic horror monsters and characters, so I might enjoy it. Crypt of the Serpent King. It's a roguelike dungeon game. I do like dungeon crawlers and things like that occasionally. I do like Immortal Redneck, so I thought I'd try this one out. I haven't played it yet, but like I said, I'm playing my physical games before I go and play through these digital games. Of course, Darksiders there. Darwin Project, haven't tried this game out yet. It's a free-to-play game. I think it's sort of like almost like a Battle Royale Fortnite style of game, so that's probably why I haven't really given it a go yet. Dead or Alive 5 last round. I do like the Dead or Alive series, but I just am terrible at the story mode. I really am. I'm not that great. I can play against my friend and enjoy it, but single player, not that great. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Coffee. But fantastic game. I can't wait till number 6 comes out, and might get it day 1, I don't know. Dead Effect 2. I think this was originally a mobile game, if I remember rightly. iPad game, I think. It's not bad. It's not graphically amazing or anything, but the gameplay's pretty decent, almost. Again, like I said, Deadlight. Death Squared, I think this was a sort of platformer, puzzle, indie style game. I think it was 3. A Game with Gold. I have no idea. Defiance 2050. It's sort of like a reimagining of the Defiance game back in the day. It's all right. I played a little bit of it, but it's one of these games that you have to put a lot of time into it to probably get the best out of it. And I just got so many games. I don't really put much time into free-to-play games. I've played a tiny bit of Destiny. It seems like a game that I definitely would enjoy if I put more time into it, but for now I'm just going to leave it for now. I probably just will come back and finish the story mode. I probably won't finish everything in the game and put hours and hours into it, just because I'm not really overly keen on that sort of grinding-ish. Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, I think it was a Game Pass game. I actually really do like the original trilogy. I wasn't overly keen on number 4 when it came out. I weren't overly keen on it, but I thought I'd install the special edition and see if it's any better. Dirt 4. The reason I installed this was because my brother-in-law Kieran was playing. I just call him my brother-in-law, Heather's brother, whatever you want to call him. Was playing it, and it's a rally game. Now, I don't really play a lot of racing games, but this one included arcade controls, or gamer controls as it's called, or simulator controls. And because it includes arcade controls, I was watching him play it, and it looked like he was playing something like Sega Rally Championships or V-Rally. And I absolutely love classic rally games like that aren't simulated, they're just racing, and that's why I've installed it. I will get around to playing it. DMC, Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. I enjoyed this version of DMC on the 360. Haven't played the Definitive Edition. I enjoyed it. Some people hated on it, but I enjoyed it. Doodle God Ultimate Edition. It's sort of like a puzzle game almost, where you just get elements. So like you make fire with ice and then something happened, or you make like human with cat or something happens. It's one of those games. It's a lot to do in it, but it's a casual game. It's all right. It was originally on the iPad and stuff. Fable 3, I enjoyed Fable 3. A lot of people didn't. I enjoyed it. It was the first Fable game I ever played, so that's why I enjoyed it. But I do need to go back and play through the others. I have 2 versions of Fallout 4. I think that's because one of them was a disc. Love Fallout 4. Got the Game of the Year edition not too long ago, so I've got the season pass. And love this game. This is one of them games that, even though you know, you may not have touched it for 6 months. When you come back to it, you go, oh, now I remember why I love this game. Fallout New Vegas, I actually haven't started it on the Xbox One yet, so I will get around to playing it again. I have played it originally. Amazing game. Highly underrated, actually. Just FIFA 17 there. What can I say about that? I think that's just on there because Hope or Kieran installed it. Final Fantasy 15. Yet to play it, but I do want to try it out. Because the graphics look amazing. I've seen like the graphics in the food and that. It looks fucking amazing. Like literally, like good enough to eat. For Honor, this is free at the moment, so get it while you can. There's a new mode coming out that's called Arcade Mode, which is going to implement a bunch of a new mode, and it looked pretty good. So, but I hear this is one of them games that unless you really know how to play the online, it will take a long time to get really good at it, but I might give it a go one day. Forza Motorsport 5, yet to play it. It's digital, so but Kieran plays it, so yeah. And then we have all of the Gears of War games. The first one, 2, 3, 4, Judgment and Ultimate Edition. The reason I've got them all installed is because I think me and my mate Ryan are going to play all of them again, go through them all again. And I think my favourite one was 3. I really enjoyed 3. The Beast mode was amazing. The Horde mode was great. The campaign was fantastic. A lot of people swear by 2, and some people say 4 is the best one, but I think 3 was just the best. And then we have Grand Theft Auto 5. This is a digital version. What can be said other than one of the best games ever made on the Xbox One and all that. It was unbelievable. This game was on the Xbox 360 and PS3. It was unbelievable what they managed to do with that console. It pushed it to the limits. And the Xbox One version, this game is still going strong. The online, constantly getting updates. Rockstar doing a fantastic job with the multiplayer. I will say that the multiplayer stuff is a little bit out of hand. Some of the stuff makes me go, am I playing Grand Theft Auto or like Trackmania or something else, or Micro Machines? It's crazy. I can't complain because of the variety, but yeah, it don't feel like Grand Theft Auto at times, but no, you can't complain. I hope that they do the same with Red Dead Redemption 2 and really give that game lots of updates online, and no weird shit, just stick to the Western. Halo 5 Guardians, surprisingly, I play this game a lot. I mean a lot. This is one of my go-to online games with my mate Ryan. Love this game. Looking forward to Infinite or Halo 6, which is what they've just basically said call it, because it's not a sequel, a prequel, and it's not a standalone game. It is Halo 6 without being called Halo 6. So why not just call it Halo 6? I don't know. Halo Wars 2 is on the Game Pass, so I installed it. I want to give it a go because I really enjoyed the first one. Hitman, this is free again. This is on the Game Pass. I hear this is actually a really good game, but if it's anything like the other ones, I'm terrible at the old Hitman games, so I don't know how good I'll be at this one. I think this one's a lot more user-friendly, a lot more easier to pick up and play, whereas the older ones, sort of, you really had to know what you were doing. Hyper Universe, this is a new game. It's a new free-to-play game. I think it's sort of like a MOBA or something. I have no idea. I just install all the free-to-play games. Immortal Redneck. With a title like that, you think it's just some terrible game, but absolutely amazing game. It plays like Serious Sam with random dungeons, random weapons, random enemies, and I love this game. I'm gonna do a video on this game. I will get around to doing it. Injustice 2, I do have a physical version of this. I got the Steelbook physical version. Yet to play it. I really enjoyed the first one, so looking forward to trying out this one. I probably won't play the online. I'll probably just do the campaign and maybe some free play and stuff here and there. Jet Black Refueled. It was an old Spectrum game, I think, remastered almost. It's all right. It's a fun little novelty, but if you ain't got no interest in the original, it's not really for you. Just Cause 3. It is a big game and there's a lot of places to explore. But for me, it's repetitive. It is repetitive. Unless you just want to go around and cause chaos. But if you want to play the actual story and beat it, it gets repetitive. So this is one of them games where it's probably just best to get a friend round and just mess around. That's what I did with the second one as well, actually, surprisingly. Cameo, one of the launch titles for the Xbox 360. It's so-so. It's not very good anymore. It weren't very good to begin with, to be honest. Kill All Zombies. It's a sort of top-down zombie survival game. It's fun. I think I picked it up for like $1.99, so for that price it gave me some entertainment, but it's nothing special. Yeah, it's nothing special, but for $1.99 it gave me some entertainment, I guess. LA Cops, this is one of the few indie titles that I actually brought because it plays like something like Hotline Miami. So if you're a fan of that game, you might enjoy this one. This game is one of them trial and error games, but let me tell you something. Get a few friends round, try and play this game. It's fun as fuck. If you make a mistake in this game, you go back and you have to do it again, like Hotline Miami. So it's a tough game, not as hard as Hotline Miami, I hear, because my brother's played that and he said it wasn't as hard. But if you enjoy Hotline Miami, this is a good game. And I think it's made by Team 17, so they make a lot of indie titles. But yeah, it's a cop game, but it's really fun, actually. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. This is one of the top-down games, again, co-op game. Fun little co-op game. I love this game when I play it with my mate because you can pretty much kill each other and fuck each other over all the time, and that's what we do. Some Lego games here, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. It's not a bad Lego game, but it's not one of the best Lego games. To be honest, most of the Lego games are good. I can't say it's a bad Lego game and it's not good. I enjoy the Lego games. I've always enjoyed them. Pirates of the Caribbean, love the movie, but it only includes up to the 1, 2, 3 and 4. Of course, this came out well before 5 was even announced. The complete saga of Lego Star Wars, probably my favourite of the original sort of Lego games before they started getting really out of hand. So I really enjoy the Lego Star Wars games. And then we have Lego Indiana Jones 2. It was stupid, really, because they did Lego Indiana Jones 1, which came with 1, 2 and 3, and then they did it again with number 2, which included 1, 2, 3 and 4. But this one did have a bunch of new things into the game, like creating your own levels, even though the level editor is pretty terrible, but they gave it a go at least. Marlow Briggs, I have no idea what this game is. I think it's like a average sort of action beat 'em up sort of game, like Infamous or something like that. I don't know. Two of my favourite Marvel games of all time, Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. Played them both, completed them both not too long ago. Now there's one problem with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Well, it's not a problem. If you play this game on easy difficulty or casual, you won't be able to experience the full game because you won't be able to like properly level up your characters and, you know, put in all, like in the first one, like add all the RPG. So pretty much it makes the RPG element pretty much non-existent. So if you want to play this game and you want to get the RPG element, play it on normal. I just wanted to play through the game and, you know, beat it. I felt like the first one was better, but the second one has better combat and it's much more polished. Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, pretty much basically almost a demo, a long demo, but I got the definitive edition of Phantom Pain, so that's why I've got both. Played about an hour or two of this game, and I do need to put more time into it because this is one of them games that everyone says you will lose hours of time. Metal Slug Double X. Metal Slug needs no introduction. Amazing arcade game. Run and gun. Tough as nails if you want to beat it without dying, but absolutely fantastic. And then we got Minecraft Xbox One Edition, but if you were playing this game, they would give you the 4K version for free if you played this one more than 5 hours. They give you this one for free, so can't complain. Minecraft doesn't need an introduction. I play it occasionally. Mirror's Edge, I played about an hour of this game years ago, never finished it, so that's why I reinstalled it. Maybe it's on the EA Access, so yeah. Next up, Hero. It's part of the Game Pass. I just installed it because it's a co-op game, so I said me and Heather might give it a go one day. Don't know much about it. I think it's like an RPG or a beat 'em up or something. Overwatch, the game I love to hate. I absolutely I'm good at this game. I'm much better than I used to be. I mean, I often get like, 4 gold medals and all this stuff. My mains are Junkrat, Hanzo, and if you want about my top 3 characters I play with, probably Hanzo, well, it never used to be Hanzo, but now I really know how to play Hanzo. Hanzo, Junkrat, and D.Va. So if you're an Overwatch fan and you've got an Xbox and you want to play Overwatch, those are my main, but I am quite versatile. I can play everyone almost. There's only a few people I'm not that great with, like Doomfist, for example. I don't really care much for him. Oxenfree, I thought it was a point and click game, but it turns out it's a horror game. Pac-Man 2456, it's basically an endless runner game made by the same people who made the Chicken Crossy Road game. You can tell it's got the same layout almost, but it's a fun little Pac-Man game, originally on tablet and stuff, but it's based on the old level 256 glitch. If you got past level 255, the game would start glitching out. Yeah, it's possible. Paladins, you can call it an Overwatch clone. I think it offers a little bit more than Overwatch, and I enjoy it. I actually play this game in third person rather than first person, but you can't play third person on competitive, but I don't play ranked. I just play quick play on this. Payday 2, got some DLC for this because I've got the big score edition. So love this game. This game is only good if you've got people to play it with. If you don't bother. Perfect Dark, I played a little bit of this N64 game originally. I played a little bit of this version. It's alright. It was good for the time, but I have no nostalgia for it, so... And Perfect Dark Zero, I have some nostalgia for this game. Actually, not a bad sequel, actually. It's not the best game by today's standards, but back in the day, Perfect Dark fans were quite happy with it. Pinball FX3, again, these are 3 pinball games. Love me some pinball, but unfortunately you have to buy the tables. You get 1 or 2 for free, but this one's got some good third party and licensed tables. It's got Star Wars, got things like Family Guy, American Dad, Walking Dead, Marvel. So there's a lot of ones you can buy in there, but they're a bit overpriced for my likings, but it's a lot cheaper than buying a real one, I can tell you that much. Portal 2, had never played Portal, so I keep this one installed if ever I do want to give it a go and play it with my mate. Project Cars 2, this game felt too simulated for me. I think the first one I preferred, but I do need to try this game again on a day where I'm in the mood to play it, so I might have to do that. Again, rare replay, great value for money, lots of good games on there. Conker's Bad Third Day for the main reason. Rayman Legends, absolutely amazing co-op game, really fun, reminds me a lot of the Mario games. ReCore Definitive Edition, I've heard this game is a mixed bag kind of thing. Some people say it's good, some people say it's bad. And then we get into the Resident Evil games, the remake of the first one. I thought I'd have it installed so I can actually play it before I play this, get the second one next year, because the second one looks brutal as fuck. And then the remake of the Resident Evil 0 2. You can buy these both on disc. This and 1 and 0 come together as the Origins edition, so I need to hunt that down. As with these, Resident Evil 5, I finally finished this with my mate. We played it years ago when it came out on the Xbox 360. We started playing it a couple of weeks ago, and we finally finished it. Back in the day, we got to Wesker, the final boss fight with Wesker, and where you have to tap the button with Sheva to pull yourself up at the end. You've got to do it so fucking fast. We could never do that when we were younger, but we finally did it together. So a part of my life is now complete. Resident Evil 6. I enjoy Resident Evil 5 and 6 actually as a co-op game. I enjoyed them. Some people don't like them. I can understand why, but I enjoyed them. Resident Evil Revelations, I played the campaign on the 360 one. Never beat it. I haven't played the campaign yet on the Xbox One, but I do play raid mode with my mate, and the same thing with Resident Evil 2 Revelations. I haven't played any of the raid mode or any more of the story. I played it years ago with my mate. Again, we did like a few missions and that's it. So I will go back and play this one. Rise of the Tomb Raider, again, I enjoyed the remake, the Tomb Raider game when it came out on the Xbox 360. I really enjoyed that game. So I've got Rise of the Tomb Raider here ready to play. I got it mainly so I can play it with my mate Ryan, do the survival mode. Roblox needs no introduction. A kid's game, yes, but I grew up with it, and it's, you know, occasionally I'll play it. Rocket League, haven't played it myself yet, but again, other people play it. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, actually not a bad game. It's not great by any means. It's no amazing beat 'em up game, but it captures somewhat of the Power Rangers classic show, but I never really watched it when I was younger. So Streets of Rage collection comes with all 3 Streets of Rage games. Amazing games, must play. Shadow Warrior 2, actually really a big improvement over the first one, mainly because it's got co-op, it's got RPG elements, and really good, fun, fast-paced game. If you like Doom or something, you might enjoy it. Ryan just brought these not too long ago, again game share, so I'm very happy. The Shenmue 1 and 2 remake. I weren't sure what sort of game Shenmue was, so I did a bit of research, and it turns out these games are notorious for being its own thing. There's nothing you can really just prescribe, use to compare it to. And the only thing that I'd ever say I compare it to is Yakuza. That's the only thing I'd ever compare it to, and both are made by Sega, so it makes sense. But these games are meant to be fantastic. There's a lot of things that were, you know, the first one was on Dreamcast. It made a lot of people turn heads and go, wow, this is like nothing else. It's got quick time events, beat 'em up elements, lots of mini games, real time, like in-store like times, and like an open world element, life simulator. You get friends and stuff like that. Really good. I say life simulator RPG, whatever you want to call it. I'm really glad that I have them both here on the HD, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing them. Skate 3 again. Kieran's go-to game. Skyforce Anniversary, originally a tablet game. I brought this game and I didn't regret it. Absolutely amazing shooter. Not the best. There are better ones, of course, but amazing top-down, you know, vertical shooter. Wait, horizontal, vertical, yeah, vertical shooter. Skyforge, I've tried it. It's just an average MMORPG. I done like the tutorial mission, but I don't know if I'm going to come back to it or not. Skyrim, Legendary Edition, Special Edition. What can I say? If you play this game, just be aware that you're going to lose a lot of time on your hand. For this video, I'm just going to do the games that I have installed, and then in the next video, we'll talk about everything else, just because I'm chuffed for time. Slime Rancher, I haven't played it yet, but I hear it's one of those weird games that you can get into. Smite, maybe, you know, Paladins and Smite, both same company. Haven't played Smite yet, so maybe I'll give it a go. Sonic Mania, I'm pissed off because they just brought out the Plus Edition, which comes with more characters and extra levels and all this shit. I mainly got it because it's a 16-bit Sonic game, and I grew up with Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know. It's a good game, it's a good trial, but I need to get the physical version. Soul Calibur 2 HD, what can you say about Soul Calibur 2 other than it's an amazing fighting game. Splinter Cell Conviction, to this day I've never really fully played a Splinter Cell game. I might have to start with one. Maybe this one I might start with. Split Second, actually made by Disney. Yeah, Disney. Made the same people who made Pure. So if you're a fan of Pure, you enjoy this game because it's fast-paced racing game. Lots of sort of things happening. If you like Burnout or Pure, things like that, you'll enjoy this. And again, like I said, with the Xbox 360 working on the Xbox One, the original Xbox worked on the Xbox One, and of course we've got one of the greatest RPGs of all time and greatest Star Wars games of all time, Knights of the Old Republic. I've played it on the PC. I actually played more of the Old Republic than these ones because I never grew up with these ones, so I don't have that nostalgia factor for me. But if I'm in the right frame of mind, I could probably get back into these games. Star Wars Battlefront 2, I'm still waiting for the Clone Wars update. So EA, get on that Clone Wars update, please. You know, you're doing good work with the mobile game, not Battlefront, you know, Galaxy of Heroes. So, you know, update please. Stardew Valley, it's like Harvest Moon, that's why I got it if I wanted a casual game. I played about half an hour, 40 minutes of it. I do need to come back to it because I hear it's a fantastic game. Other people say it's so, but I enjoy it. State of Decay 2, of course, where AAA games are actually coming out and actually just being straight onto the Game Pass. And I think there's a leak that Metro Exodus and Shadow of the Tomb Raider are going to be on the Game Pass, and for those fans of Game Pass, 3rd of September, Halo Master Chief Collection is coming, so I'll finally be able to play through the old Halo games with Heather and Ryan. Stern Pinball Arcade, I think I've tried this one out. I can't say if it's a good version or a bad version. Pinball's pinball, you can't really fuck it up. Yeah. Terra, again, is a MMORPG. It seems alright, but again, I need to be in the right frame of mind to play these, but I'm not overly keen on them anymore. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing games. I think the first one and the third one was games with gold, so I've just brought the second one just so I could say I had all three. They're like Diablo style games. I played a little bit of the first one. I probably can get into these games, you know, it's got that sort of you know, it's got that sort of dark theme going to it, like a horror steampunk theme going to it. So maybe something like a H.P. Lovecraft, something like that. The Pinball Arcade, yet another pinball game. The Sims 4 is now finally on EA Access. So if you have EA Access, you can get The Sims 4. Good conversion, but it plays very similar to the PC. It just makes me wish that I could just plug in a keyboard and mouse and just play it with that. The Turing Test, I haven't played it yet. I think it's a walking simulator, but I might be wrong. Ryan just brought the final season of The Walking Dead. I never played any of these Walking Dead Telltale games properly anyway. I've given them maybe 5 minutes of a go years ago, but I've never really played them. I need to though. The Witness, I hear this is another sort of exploration, beautiful looking game. Just from the picture, it looks quite beautiful, so I might have to give it a go. The Division, again, completely went over my head with this game just because I knew it was going to be a big sort of online sort of game, and you know, Ryan didn't get this game, so obviously I didn't bother with it, but it's on the Game Pass. Tomb Raider Underworld, never really played any of the older Tomb Raider games. The only one I played was the one on the Xbox 360, just called Tomb Raider, obviously, you know, which was before Rise of the Tomb Raider, the revamped Tomb Raider. Torment, Ties of Numeria. Toy Soldiers, actually a fun little game, actually. It plays sort of like a mix between a real-time strategy game and a tower defense game. Kind of an interesting one, but again, growing up with Toy Soldiers, I do enjoy this. And then we have Trials Fusion and Trials of the Blood Dragon. The Blood Dragon, again, obviously being an Ubisoft game, they've gone back to that Blood Dragon like Far Cry. And this one's got like some shooting elements and stuff into the game. But both of these games are fun games if you enjoy them. Unravel, the second one's the second one's out now. Again, second one's got co-op. I hear this is a beautiful looking game. Platformer where you play as Yarn, so maybe sort of like Yoshi's Woolly World kind of thing, but with more realistic graphics. Vanquish, really good, fast-paced, arcadey third-person shooter. Not a long game, but very fun. The Dun, terrible game. But I love playing it with my mate Ryan because it's so fucking funny. It's hilarious. We just do the survival mode or the squad defense, whatever it's called. You can't find a game online. Occasionally people might join you, but other than that, don't even bother with this game. Just get it to laugh, trust me. Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, again, another fighting game, was free. Viva Pinata and Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise actually really put some many hours into this game. It is absolutely, it's so addicting. It's basically a gardening game almost, but it's unique, I'll tell you that much. You can get this game with the Game Pass, but it is in rare replay as well, so... Warframe, a game that I keep getting told to come back into, and I hear this game's getting a one-on-one fighting mode. That is crazy. Really good game, one of the best free-to-play games on the Xbox One and PS4 and PC. Amazing game, so much in it, but it's been a while since I've played it, so obviously I'm not that far into the game. Warhammer Vermintide 2, it was a good step up from the first game. But you know, again, there are still some issues with it, but you know, it's a fun game, like a Left 4 Dead style of game. I still want to get Earthfall or whatever it's called. Worms Battlegrounds, gotta have a Worms game at least. I love some Worms, classic as it ever is, and this one's just as good as the originals. WWE 2K18, again, I'm looking forward to 19, might get Ric Flair edition. Let me know in the comments, should I get it? If you get it, if I should get it, give me a woo! Again, great game. One problem with this game, the load times are fucking horrendous. You know, 2K, if you're listening, fix the load times with this game because they're horrendous. This and Star Wars Battlefront both have bad load times. Star Wars Battlefront 2, the remake, or remaster, or whatever you want to call it, a new one. Yet another zombie offense, HD. Yes, it is. I think I got this game when it was on sale for like £1, so that's why I got it. I do that sometimes. And last but not least, Zoo Tycoon Ultimate Animal Collection. How good is this? I have no idea. Just what apps I've got. I don't really use these apps. I don't know why I've got them. These anime apps, they're terrible. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It's easier to just go on the internet and go on like Kiss Anime or something and use one of these, trust me. Again, same thing. I don't need these, so I can actually uninstall that because I don't need that. If I want to watch Batman cartoons, I can just watch it on the internet, or I've got DVDs of them. Again, just what you'd expect. Crunchyroll, Heather uses that. The only problem I find with Crunchyroll, although you get the best quality anime, there's not that many on there. There's only about, I don't know how many animes are on there. There's not as many as what you'd expect, and you know, but still, Global Wrestling Network. This is a good sort of wrestling subscription service because it's got TNA on here, it's got Japan, it's got a bunch of indie titles, and again, because obviously Global Force Wrestling is now like combined with like about 6 or 7 different promotions in one. I do need to resubscribe to this. I haven't watched TNA in years. I'm on like episode 3 from January. I will get round to watching them again. You can even get Domino's pizza on your thing. No word of a lie. You can actually order Domino's on your Xbox. That's why I have it on here, just for the laughs. Then Netflix, Sky, WWE Network again. Been watching some old school 90s wrestling, Hulk Hogan and all that stuff, and then what you'd expect. Ubisoft Club's actually pretty useful because when you play Ubisoft games, you get like points in the game if you have an account, and then you can use that in-game points on this, and you can get exclusive like DLC and things. It's pretty cool actually. It's I think more companies should do something like that. So you know, but still, there we have it. I'm just gonna flip the camera around. So there we have it, guys. There is just the games that I've got ready to play at any given moment. Again, like I said, I might do the next part maybe sometime, maybe tomorrow or maybe Saturday. I don't know when. Maybe not Saturday. I'm going Basingstoke Saturday, so a pickups video could be coming on Saturday. But like I said, I've got 3 games for £6, pretty much less than £6. Well, £3. Well, £4. £5 pretty much. Yeah, so 3 games for a £5. I couldn't really complain with that. You know, yeah, 2 of them are sports games, but what can you do? You know, I don't have the game, I can't complain. But nonetheless, guys, I wanted to do this so I could give you guys a sort of look at what sort of digital games I've got. I don't really buy digital games when they're brand new. I normally wait for them to go on sale. I get my digital game through GameShare with my mate. So if he gets a game, I get a game, and vice versa. So all these games that I download on the Game Pass, he can get as well. And, you know, stuff like that. I have all the subscriptions to Game Pass, EA Access. I do need to resubscribe to the Game Pass, though, because obviously I've got a free trial. That's what I'm using. Well, not a free trial. Heather got it with her hard drive, but she said I don't need it, so... and I think Xbox does offer a good service for digital games, but for physical games, it seems like a lot of these indie titles that they do release physical versions through limited run and stuff on the PS4, but unfortunately a lot of these digital games come out as a physical version on PS4, and I go, it'd be so nice if they did that for Xbox as well, because, you know, as a physical collector, I want to have every single physical game on the Xbox One, at least in the that I can get here, and then I might have to start doing imports. But there's not many imports for Xbox One from Japan. It will only be some of the sports games from America. But I think Xbox One is region free for games, so I can't really complain. But I am trying to play every single game, and I am doing it. I'm about 6 or 7 physical games in on my Xbox One now, and like I said, if I played the game before in the past, I'm not going to bother playing it again, if you know what I mean. So like games like Doom and Wolfenstein, I won't play again straight away. I'm just so for example, like for these 2 games, I've never played these games, so that's why I've played them. You know, even if I play it for an hour, you know, go, okay, I like this game, I'll put it back on the shelf and go, I can always come back to this game if I want to. But for now, I'm just trying to play as many of the games that I own as possible, because I don't want to be one of these people that goes, I've got so many games and I've never played half of them. I want to do, so when I get a physical, and then when I get a full physical Xbox One set eventually, at least then I can tell you something about every single game that I've got. But nonetheless, guys, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, and of course feel free to comment below. Let me know about, what do you collect, physical or digital games? Which ones do you think have more benefits? Maybe I'll do another video on, I think I've already done a video on physical versus digital, but maybe I need to do another one. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Let me know in the comments below also, are there any digital games that you think I should get that you can't get on physical? Or are there any digital games that actually are physical versions, some of the lesser known physical versions on the Xbox One? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, guys, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. And of course, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.